I didn't see it pop up. There we go. Okay. Hi, welcome, and thank you for joining me this afternoon. I'm very excited about what you're going to learn today. First, I want to introduce Butch Phillips. He's a husband and father of 7 kids, and he does have 9 grandchildren with 2 more on the way. He has built several businesses, and he's been retired now for the last 2 years, but he's working on building this travel business that we're going to learn about today. He is currently a silver builder, and he will explain what that means in just a few minutes. Please welcome Butch Phillips.
Thank you, Chie. Glad to be here today. We excited to share with your project launch here. We've got a lot of things to talk about, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get started here real quick. I'll have to jump over and find where we're going. So here we are. And travel's been kind of slow for the last couple of years. So basically I tell folks it's time that we explode. It's time to go travel. It's time to get back out and see the world. It's time to have fun. And that's exactly what we're here to do today. And that's to help Chie launch her travelpreneur business. Now, as we do that, we're going to talk about some different things here today. We're going to discuss how you book your vacations currently. What is your concept of a travel agent? Have you ever used a travel agent? But most importantly, we're going to talk about what does personal freedom mean to you? What does time freedom mean to you? And what does financial freedom mean to you? Today, I'm going to share a little bit about myself, how I came to be here today. I'll provide the awards at the end of the party, and I'll be glad to answer any questions along with Jenny that you might have at the end of the presentation. I'll introduce her here in just a little bit. This will be the certificate that you'll receive today. This is for a 2-night stay at over 50 different hotels across the United States, major hoteliers. So make sure you get that at the end of this presentation. Now, basically what we're going to talk about here today is pretty simple. The average person spends, not the highest, not the lowest, but about $125 a night for a hotel. That's kind of the average today. So the average person rents 1 or 2 cars a year. Typically, the average person takes about 2 to 3 long weekends. That's either Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday. Typically, we go to one family event. You know the difference between, and if you would answer this in the chat, somebody for me, the difference between a visitation and a vacation. Can anybody tell me the difference? Well, no, not quite, but close, Jenny. A visitation and a vacation, the difference is if you have to get dressed to go through the living room. That means, are you staying with family or are you staying on a vacation that is just you and your sweetheart? That's the big difference. Most people, visitations are the marrying and burying events. One is happy and one sometimes not. But typically you'll do 1 or 2 of those a year. The average length of a family vacation now is about 7 nights. The average cost of that family vacation is about $6,000 to $8,000. Passports, it's important. Do you do mission trips, volunteer trips? What's your plans? Do you have any weddings or family events coming up in the future? Guys trips, girls trips. I've got a friend today that's fishing down in Los Cabos and just caught a 7-foot marlin about an hour ago. They're going to put on the wall at their lodge at the lake home. And does anyone travel on business? And if so, how often? The reason why I ask those questions is if you figure 3 or 4 long weekends, that's about 10 to 12 days a year, 7 nights for the vacation. The family event's another 5 to 6 nights. So we average about 20, 25 nights a year at that 125. So you're looking at about $3,000 plus your family vacation. So six to $10,000 a year is what we're spending on travel. Now, do you go online? Are you the one that researches and plans and books through an online.com website and pay them for the privilege of going on vacation? Or would you rather pay yourself this commission? Well, Jenny will go into this more. I want to just touch on it real briefly here. Let's say it's $10,000 a year and the average commission's between 10 to 13%. So let's take the low end. That's $1,000 a year you're repaying yourself on your vacation. Now remember that $1,000 when Jenny starts talking here in just a little bit, because that's going to get real important. Now, here's that personal freedom, the financial freedom, and the time freedom. Which one of these is most important to you? Well, me is financial, because the other two come out of it. Personal freedom means the ability to go do what you want to do, when you want to do it, the way you want to do it, and no one's going to tell you how. Time freedom means there's no alarm clock. Now, there's sometimes you got to get up early to go get on the plane. We fly out of Northwest Arkansas a lot at 5 o'clock in the morning to go anywhere. So that's usually the only thing that I look for that I have to really make. Now, this picture is kind of unique. This is me. This is my bride, Amanda, and my youngest son in the back, Michael. And we became a home-based travel entrepreneur last July. The reason for me was real simple. I wanted to travel more. I retired about 2 years ago. Amanda has about 1.5 to 2 years to go, and we want to retire her sooner. So that was my main goals, is to retire her and travel more. Since we joined the business last July, we've actually traveled 4 or 5 times last year. So, and looking forward to a whole lot more this year. But let's talk about you. It's enough about me. Let's talk about how to design your ideal life. What we're going to do today is discover how to earn more, travel more, save more, and experience more. Let's talk about the benefits of being a home-based travel agent, and there are a lot of them. First off, you can work from anywhere. You can be on a cruise boat. You can be in the middle of the woods, deer camp. You can be on a beach. You can be in a hotel room in Kansas City like we were. You can be just about anywhere you can find Wi-Fi. Last time I looked, McDonald's still has free Wi-Fi, and you can stop in there and buy a Coke and sit there for as long as you want. Now, most people tell me, oh, I don't want to do an online business, because they don't want to sell anything. Now, if you love to sell, yeah, okay. But here's the thing. We have no quotas. You don't have to buy any inventory. You don't have to stock any inventory. You don't have to meet any things at the end of the month, make a payment so you get your commission check back. You make your own schedule. Everything's based on you. We have thousands of agents just like yourself that have experience and been in this business for years that are available to us to be able to provide help and information when we need it. There's no contracts. You own your own travel business. You say what you do. Now, there is one issue. There are a few compliance things on how you can post, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. Market research. This is a great one. We want to make sure we know what we're selling. Companies will send us or bring us to their location so we can find out what they look like. I was just looking online, and basically Princess Cruise Lines has the ability right now, for the cost of port fees and Wi-Fi and beverage packages, you can go on one of their cruise boats. Take a trip, learn how to sell Princess, learn how to sell Carnival. They provide these throughout the year. You set your income potential. Nobody tells you, well, your income's capped at a certain amount, you can't make any more. Now, let's talk about who we are. Planet Marketing started about 6 years ago. It was founded by Mr. Donald Bradley. He had been in the network marketing business for quite a while before that. and he wanted to start a business that helped the little guy, help regular everyday people succeed and get ahead. When he started the business, he reached out to Mr. Andy Cawthon, long time director of executive management, lots of marketing and sales experience. And the two of them brought on Leon Trockler to manage it. A lot of experience as chief operations officer. And basically, Planet provides us with the opportunity to earn money from home. They're based in Atlanta, Georgia, 20 different countries. And the best part, you don't have to put up thousands of dollars to own your own business. How many of us have $100,000 or even $50,000 or $20,000 to start a business? It's a lot of money to get started today. So that's what they provided. Now, to be a marketing company, you have to sell a product. And we have a very special product. 6 years ago, Mr. James Ferrara, who founded a company called IntelliTravel over 30 years ago, teamed up with Mr. Bradley, Planet Marketing, and we are now the exclusive provider for at-home travel agents. You cannot become an IntelliTravel agent unless you come through Planet. IntelliTravel is based in Delray Beach, Florida. We have all of the industry certifications, and you'll see here in just a second, we have many of the premiers. Some we're the only home-based company in. This is what backs you up. We're A+, Better Business Bureau. We have all the certifications. We have Delta Diamond Elite, Ensemble Elite. We are at the top of the food chain. Magellan Awards, we've done it all. So this is what's backing you up. Now, how do we make sure our agents do all of this? We'll talk about that here in just a second. Now, let me ask you a question. What's everybody's dream vacation? Where do you want to go? You can see mine, it's Hawaii. My bride, back up here in the corner, and me down here in front, she's always hiding, I'm always out front. It's Hawaii. I don't care what island it is, it's Hawaii. So New Zealand, yeah, Alaska. I'm in for Alaska. That's amazing, Fiona. That right now, there's some great deals to Alaska. But let me ask you something. When you do that dream vacation, did you know that the commissions are already built into that travel booking? So when you go to Priceline or one of the other big .coms, you're paying them. Would you rather pay them or pay yourself? It's up to you. You decide. You're still doing the same thing. IntelliTravel pays commission to the independent travel agents. We receive 70 to 80% of all the commissions that IntelliTravel receives. We have an infinite possibility as a business owner. We are a full-fledged at-home agency. What does that mean? You get all the benefits of owning your business. We have state-of-the-art booking portals, partnered with every major supplier, our own payment gateways, customer management software, plus all of the trips and everything that you want to do, we can do for you. It's a turnkey business, folks. It's your own travel business. 24/7 customer support. We'll talk more about that in a minute. On-demand agent training. You decide when you want to do this training. You decide what's the time is right for you. Again, sales and marketing materials that are supplied to you. What do I have access to? Well, look down here in the corner and tell me what we don't have access to. You'd have a hard time finding it. Now, let's talk about travel. Why should you be traveling now? Well, remember that big explosion I saw on the screen? That's what's happening right now in the travel market. People, it's called revenge travel. They are out there, they're going because we've been cooped up for 2 years. That's behind us. It's time to get out and enjoy. Now, baby boomers have been fueling this growth in travel for a lot of years. Travel's the #1 research category online, and it's an $8 trillion industry right now. It's expected to grow to 15 trillion in 10 years. So if we're going to double in 10 years and you own your travel business, how much of that do you want for yourself? Who would like to make sure they get their share. I know I would. So millennials, they're just starting to travel. They're spending $200 billion annually, and they're just beginning. But the ones that are really redefining travel is the Gen Z. That Gen Z is out there. They're redefining travel, leisure travel. That's adding 1 or 2 vacation days at the start or their end of their business travels. They're redefining it, folks. They're setting the market for the rest of us. We got to catch up. So here's the question, though. A lot of people ask me when I talk about their business, because this is your business. It's not mine. It's not Chie's. It's not IntelliTravels. When you join us as a partner, it's your business. So how much can you earn? Well, let's take a look and see. You ever done a family reunion? Let's do a real vacation instead of a visitation. How about we put everybody on a cruise boat, 20 rooms, your commission, $2,200. I don't know about you, but that would kind of change my month. Let's look at another booking. This is down at the Turks and Caicos. A week, probably for 4 people, commission's $1,100. Again, that's a pretty good ad. Here's a business partner, just brand new in the business, her very first client booking, $971. Here's another one, $643. Now, guys, this is a 1 family cruise. And I know I just booked a family going to Disney for 3, and it was almost this expensive. And the commission amount is 16%. Now, we don't get paid on taxes and fees and port expenses. So, but that commission was $675. Well, you remember that 70, 80% I talked about earlier? If I add up these commissions right here, I'm now at the travel genius level, and that's when the 80% kicks in. So just imagine you're getting 80% of over $6,000 in commissions paid to IntelliTravel. That's $5,000. Who doesn't want that? Who will give it back? Who wants to give it to one of those big .coms? Anybody want to do that? I don't. Well, let's talk about what IntelliTravel provides for you. Number one, they provide you with your credentials. They provide you with the recognition that says we belong to the largest home-based business. We are a premier agency. We have all of the benefits. We get it all. So they've already set that for you. You don't have to earn it. Access to all the vendors. They forward the commissions to us. We get paid every 15th. It's nice. Just got that check. In fact, this week they paid us early. Now, remember I talked about those travel benefits earlier, that market research? This is some of those VIP benefits. Reduced costs going into Jamaica or other locations. 2 days, 3 days, some of them even 5 and 7 days. But you get to travel like you're a king. And Dad used to call it on a beer budget. So I don't know about the beer. Some of those budgets get expensive. Education, we talked about that. We'll do a little bit more here in a minute, but they provide it to you at no charge. Errors and omissions insurance. What if you make a mistake? This covers you. You're protected. That's how simple this business is. The suppliers provide us with the material. You get your own website. We have all the latest tools, including apps for both IntelliTravel and Planet. We have valuable resources. We have what's called BDMs, or business development managers, from all of the suppliers. We have ambassadors within the organization that know the answers to questions that you can reach out to. And we have customer support 24/7. That means when you need help, you got it. Now, anybody not recognize any of these names? Yeah, that's what I thought. Even Disney. Even Disney. That's amazing. So this is what you have the ability to do. You decide what you want. Here's that education I was talking about. And when you graduate from our IntelliTravel University, you don't have a $50,000 student loan. Basically, the training is your time. It's free. Some of the courses even pay you money. Ask us how you can get those. But as you learn in the industry and use new vendors, they supply you with education and training. So you can advance through each level of certification. Remember that Travel Genius? That's when you have $5,000 in commissions for the year. That's amazing. That's a great one to work toward. But the hardest thing, remember I talked about selling stuff? You think I need to sell Mickey Mouse? Do you think I need to talk about the Love Boat? Do you really think I need to talk about going to England and the Eiffel Tower and sell somebody on doing that? Nah. Here's how we do it. We don't have to be salesy. We do a quote for a client and then post it on social media. I'd like to wake up there. Or maybe you help book a family on a ski trip. 10% of $20,000. Wonder how much that is. Free collateral, word of mouth, referrals, best part of this business. Now, vendor shows is something a little different. Bridal shows, fairs, craft shows. This next little picture, that's my bride with a friend of ours up in Kansas City last October, and we do bridal fairs, bridal shows. We specialize in honeymoons and destination weddings. So I like people when they're happy and they're excited. So that's why we do that. And everything you see there was provided to us at no cost. Yes, we have to pay for the booth, but none of the material. So I come to the end of my part. I'm going to bring in my friend, my sponsor and Chie sponsor, the lady that's responsible for me being here. That's how I come to be here today. So if you don't like it that I'm here, blame her. But we call her Jenny, Jennifer Sawicki, a mom, a wife. She has 2 daughters, a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old, 2 dogs. She works from home and she does this business. So guys, give her your attention. Jenny, it's all yours.
Thank you, Butch. So several years back, I guess I'm coming up nearly 3 years at this point. I reached out to Chie and some other friends and says, hey, here's this opportunity. You get paid for the trips you book. Like, let's get excited about this. Let's grow this business together. So there's just that portion of it. And honestly, I feel like it's the best kept secret that you never knew there was. But what gets fun is that if you decide that you want to take advantage of that, you can. Like Butch shared those commissions, and while you can book through Chie and she can benefit from those commissions instead of one of those .com companies, you also can be the one that gets to enjoy those commissions and all the fun benefits that Butch was explaining. But I'm one of those people that I'm very logical. Like, you got to spell it out for me. I got to be able to see the advantage to myself. What got me involved in the company myself is I had been working crazy hours at my 9-to-5 job. We were switching softwares. There were days that I did not see my daughter. And at the time she was just over 1. And there were some days I only got to see her for like half an hour. And like, that just breaks your heart because you're already a working mama. You're already experiencing that, missing out on their first experiences and different things. But to have that extra. And so I was looking for something else. So one night I had insomnia. I was flipping through and I found this opportunity. Okay. So the lady that brought me in, my mentor, she reached out to me and she's like, oh, here, let me share this information with you. I'm like, nope, I'm ready to go. And she's like, well, here, let me share this information. So I reviewed the information, and what stuck with me real hard was, in fact, this slide. And if you look at it, they have a guarantee that it's going to be the best price. If you have an apples to apples comparison of the same thing, if your client turns around and says, I found the same thing right here for the same price, guess what? We'll match it. We can match it. And if we don't match it, usually there's all sorts of extra stuff that's added in on this other comparison that might be slightly more. Like usually it's like $20 more, and you're like, oh, well, it's $20. Like we can do a price match, but let's compare them apples to apples. And what you see is that it's like, oh, we added travel insurance, or oh, you get these extra little perks in your room when you get there, or you get this bag, or just all sorts of fun extra stuff. Okay. But if it is apples to apples, we can match it. Along with that, if you get involved and you decide, you know what, this isn't a great fit for me, but I want to keep booking through Chie, but I just don't want to do it myself as a business, that's fine. They have 100% money back guarantee within 30 days. No big deal. Like they just send the money back, painless for you. Like you just have to reach out to them and cancel. Not a problem. The third one is pretty cool too, is that they give you, I might have reversed those, my apologies. What they have though as well is they have a guarantee that within your first year that you will be profitable. They say if you take these steps that we recommend and you still don't make a profit, we will give you all your money back. Okay, so they guarantee that you're going to make a profit. So I am in. So, as Butch mentioned, the planet marketing element of it all is the ability to help others start their own travel business as well. And what's really cool about it is that you're not just having your commission payment, you're also allowing yourself to be open to so much more. Okay, so that's where it gets super exciting. So if you have friends that you think would as well like to be a travel agent, or even the opportunity to help others, you get a referral fee, $50. Okay. Then if you bring on people as well, if they bring on people, you get 50% as well. So not only do you get that $50 for the one person, but when they bring on someone else, you're getting $25 just for the one referral of someone. Okay. Yeah. Just sharing it with a friend. So like we'll use Butch, for example. I became friends with him and Amanda through a Facebook group, and Amanda says, my husband's retired. Let's get him busy doing something like this. He would love it. So we got connected, we got going, and my $150 sign up from him has become so much more because he's shared it with his friends and people that he's introduced it to. And then as you, instead of having to like a 9-to-5 job where you like sit there and you get passed up for promotions and you get frustrated and you get a little like 50 cents a year raise or whatever the cost of living raise is, you have control. Okay, you have unlimited ability to make as much money as you want. You also, as you promote to different levels, you open up the ability to make an extra $10. And then when you hit another level, it's an additional $10. So you keep giving yourself these promotions all on your own. You're not waiting for someone else to see the value in you. You're creating your own value and giving yourself those promotions instead of having to wait for them. So some of these promotions that I mentioned is bronze builder, silver builder, and gold builder. And what's really cool about them is they're, like I said, promotions. They're acknowledging that you're making progress. Gold builder is one of those that it kicks in that $10 bonus. So when you have an extra team member join up, instead of it being $50, it's now $60. And when we'll say Butch or Chie that are signed up under me, instead of just getting 25, I get 35 now, just for having introduced them to the opportunity. And then you also, for whatever travel and any commissions that they make, you also are making 10%. That is not taking away 10% from them. That is an additional 10%. Okay. So it's kind of explaining how this works because it's really cool. Once you bring in 2 people, it opens up your residual payments. And then you get $4 for each of those people you brought in. So not only are you getting the 50, 60 on up amounts, you also get $4. And this part, I love to explain it as this is how you pay for everything else. Okay. So we'll say that Chie is that top person on that slide right there. And she brings in, so let's see, there's probably 8 of us on this call right now. So there's 8 of us. So that first person that signs up, if all 8 of us signed up under Chie right now, that top person, and even almost part of that second person, would get the extra people that signed up under Chie for doing nothing. Okay, but they have to sign up at least 2 people to qualify for those people, the $4 for those people. So let's think about that. So you sign up the 2, and then you have the love from above of 3. So that's 5 times $4. That's $20. Okay. And all you had to do was share it with a few people. And that automatically pays for the next portion. So as you're promoting through the different levels, the company likes to acknowledge what we do. And so they go ahead and they give you these awesome ways of acknowledging what you've accomplished. And it's a great talking point. Like really, like if you have something on your shirt or something, everyone kind of asks them, goes, oh, what is that? And so that you can explain what you're doing and have more people interested. So it's kind of twofold that way. But who's going to say no to a Rolex watch when they're giving it to you for free? So this is the part that's super near and dear to my heart. Okay. So they are acknowledging that you work hard to build this business. And as part of that, what they do is once you hit 1-star director, so you have 100 people under you. That does not mean you have to bring in 100 alone. That means you have 100 people under you. So when that happens, they give you a legal binding document that says when you die, the person you choose to will it to gets the money instead of what you've been making. Okay. So that is up to 6 to 7 paychecks a month that you're giving to someone when you die. It's basically like an insurance policy that keeps on giving. It's not just a one-time payout. It keeps paying month after month after month. Okay. It is, again, it's a turnkey business. Like in teletravel, all the tools are in place. We have the app, we have training videos. So if you're too busy to do a call like this that Chie's doing today, don't worry about it. Like there are other ways that we can share the information with them. There are events like this that we can do. There's trainings, there's conventions that they give out the awards for achieving those different promotions. But we have it set up for you. So how do you get started? Okay, if you're on board, ready to go, you want that commission in your pocket, you want to save on your travel, you want to share it with others, whatever level you're at, let's talk about it. Let's figure out how you can get started today as well. So you reach out to Chie, very simple, right? You will receive a link with instructions. You register, follow the link, get all set up. You have instant access to the website and education. Okay. So you could be talking to someone and they could be talking about a family reunion, like Butch said in that example, or a girls' trip. And it goes to your mind of them, Chie once shared with me this information of how I can make a commission off of this. So they're talking about doing a cruise, and okay, this cruise, the examples that they shared, I would probably make $600 or $700 off this cruise. I think I'll reach back out to Chie about this and figure out how to make this money and save. Okay. So and you can do it instantly. You don't have to wait a week or a month or whatever to get all trained up. You can book it right then. Okay. So you can book it tonight. If you signed up right now, done. Okay. We invite you to have Facebook support group. There is so many resources. You're never in this business alone. We are always there to help any way we can. There's agents all over the place that are so knowledgeable. And we walk you through how to get started. Okay, we do not want you to sit there going, what do I do next? Okay, we want to help you figure that part out and make it fit you. As a working mama, I do not have the full-time hours to be able to do trainings and be able to do stuff. Like I can book trips even without doing the education. I can reach out and say, hey, who knows about Jamaica? Great, where's a good spot to send my client? Great, thank you. You know, like there's more information out there to help me do my research so that I'm not stuck going, oh, wait till I have time to do a training to be able to help you out. Like, no, you can book anything and everything tonight. You don't have to wait. So we are here to guide you, walk you through, get you going. We want you to have money in your pocket right away. Return on your investment. That's my big thing. So think about it. We talked about some paid trainings. We've talked about if you share the business, you share it with 4 or 5 people and you've made all your money back. Plus you get the commissions and you get to be able to get the $4 residuals because you shared it with 4 people. So you're just, like I said, you're not in it alone. We're here for you. So kind of, as I've been alluding to, there's the different parts of the business. They are 2 separate businesses. There's Planet Marketing and there's IntelliTravel. IntelliTravel is just booking the travel. You know, if you really don't want to share it with anyone, you want to keep the secret to yourself and not get 6 or 7 paychecks a month, you just want the one commission one from the vendors, great. Okay, we can get you started as just a travel agent and get that going for you. If you want the ability to share and to be able to, what I love to do is make enough residual income that it covers not only my fees, but just everything associated with the business. Okay, so you can kind of reinvest it into your own business, get it taken care of. You can do both. You can do it together, and it ends up being the 199.90. Mouthful for me. Apologize. And there is a monthly reoccurring fee for support. They chase down our commissions for us. We just get to do the fun stuff. We are sitting there. We get to book trips. We get to help the client out, and they make sure we get paid. It's amazing, and they cover the insurance and all sorts of wonderful, wonderful stuff. And so that's what those fees are going into. So I want you to sit back, think about it. Have you been excited about this opportunity? Okay, think about your level of excitement, kind of where you're at mentally. So number ones, they're like me, they're just ready to go. Like, sign me up now, send me the link, let's make this happen. Number twos, you think this is awesome. You really do. But you have a couple questions that you want to kind of iron out, that you can reach out to Chie, Butch, myself, and we're more than happy to answer any and all questions you have about it. Okay. 3 is no, thank you. Don't want to share it, but I'm so excited to support Chie instead of .com and can't wait to be able to help support her. Like, really, this is a big deal. Like, $600-700, that's a lot of money. And for you to be an unpaid travel agent and put that money in someone else's pocket after doing all the work, that's super unfortunate. Like, seriously, step back. How much money you could save just by being a travel agent, even if you choose not to book for other people, just to be a travel agent for yourself, for the savings and for the commissions. Like, let's make that travel budget stretch as far as we possibly can. Okay. So time to make a decision in the chat, just reaching out to Chie, it's up to you, but definitely let her know where you're at with this. Okay. And if you have more questions, reach out. Okay. So the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Like, this is your first step of being able to make travel your business and get to have all those wonderful benefits. And like, really, traveling as a travel agent is super fun. Like, I was able to take my family to Florida. It was the beginning of 2020, before the world just went into chaos and craziness and got sick. And we were able to stay in a hotel room for $49 a night. which is an amazing deal for any hotel room. But I'm a researcher. I've told you that. I'm very logical. So I wanted to know what that comparison was if I had booked it just as a regular person on my own through their website. Same room, same dates, $222 a night without taxes and fees even factored in. And so just the savings on that one trip alone covered more than a year's worth of my travel fees and my startup cost and everything. So, and it was awesome. It was a super nice hotel. The people came out to my car with the cart to like take my bags in, everything. Like it, we were taken good care of, and it was wonderful. So you definitely want to, you know, get the extra perks too, along with the commission and everything else. Like this is your first step. Take the jump, take the leap, really, it's only a little step and you're good to go. So we want to welcome you to part of our team. We are excited to have you with us and to be able to share this journey with you and help you on your way to success for sure.
Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate it. That was a great job. You know, it's the hardest thing is sometimes making a decision, but we make those decisions every day when we book vacations. And like you say, do we want to pay them or pay me? I choose me. Thanks for being with us today. Reach out to Chie. She can get you started. Here in just a minute, we'll share with you the link for the prize, the gifts that we have for you for being here, your 2-night stay. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you down the road, and we'll see you on the other side.